Sorry, Todd. Caught you on the I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll ask you later. Just remind me.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the August 19th meeting of the Culver City Municipal Land Use Board in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting was provided by posting on the City Hall bulletin board and notification to our newspapers of record. And I ask the Secretary to make this announcement part of the public record, please. And Donna, please, a roll call.
Mayor Jim Petty,
Here.
Mr. Timbers, Mr. Garth,
Here.
Mr. Peterson,
Here.
Mr. Walker,
Here.
Mr. McKenna,
Here.
Mrs. Torres,
Here.
Mr. Molyneux,
Here.
Mr. Frick,
Here.
Rachel Boloff, Anthony Chadwell,
Here.
and Secretary here.
Thank you, Donna. We have minutes from July 15 meeting. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second? Second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. So we have this resolution, I'm going to go out of order here. Resolution 2025-8, which was the Eight Harbor North redevelopment. Is there a motion to approve the resolution as written?
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carried, thank you. New business, 2025-06 Jersey Grown LLC.
Mr. Chairman, Mayor, any members? I'm Tom Dorsey, I'm an attorney, land surveyor and planner, I represent the applicant. I have that to Donna.
Thank you.
The applicant is a Jersey Grown LLC, it's a New Jersey limited liability company.
Tom, I'm so sorry. Can I interrupt you for a second? Are you acting as just their attorney or their attorney and engineer?
I'm a professional planner, professional land surveyor, and an attorney. I don't think there's much factual information, but perhaps I should get sworn.
I was going to say, just in case. Do you
And the two members of the LLC are here. Would you like to swear in now?
when they come up,
When they come up.
yeah. Do you swear everything you offer tonight will be the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Jersey Grown is a cannabis license holder in the city. Their license with the city is valid until December 31st, 2025. They also hold a state license, which is valid through 3/12/26. Jersey Grown was here before you a couple of years ago and sought a conditional use approval and a site plan waiver to be able to occupy one of the buildings at 1401 Raymond Avenue. That's the industrial park. That property is fully developed. It was granted site plan approval by this board back in 2006. There are 3 warehouse facilities there. Each of them is 5,000 square feet. The site is fully and completely developed. It has driveways, parking areas, handicap spaces, handicap signage. It also has trash and recycling. So it's a completely fully developed site. There's no need for Jersey Grown to really make any site improvements at this point to be able to occupy. And they didn't propose any last time, and they're not proposing any this time. The reason why we're here tonight is because a couple of reasons. The ownership of 1401 Raymond Avenue has now changed. It's now owned by a different LLC, which is tangentially connected to Jersey Grown. And Jersey Grown is currently the lessee of the entire site, which includes all 3 buildings. And the lease that they have with the LLC that owns the site specifically says that they recognize that the site is going to be used for cannabis operations. That was a requirement previously for the previous lease, so we made sure that we incorporated that into the one that we have now. The reason why Jersey Grown is here is because, again, they now have a lease for the entire property. The cannabis license that they have is a Class 1 cultivation license. That allows Jersey Grown to have 2,500 square feet of what we call flowering canopy. And previously, Jersey Grown was only occupying one of the units and had roughly about 600 square feet of flowering canopy. They want to bring that up now and to have the full 2,500 square feet of flowering canopy, and they want to occupy all three buildings. Some of the flowering canopy will be in one of the warehouses, and some of it will be in a second warehouse. And then the balance of the warehouse space is going to be used for other operations that are connected with cannabis, cannabis operation, including storage. So the license itself that the city issued to Jersey Grown is not changing at all. It's still restricted to 2,500 square feet, still the same Class 1 cultivation license. The only difference now is that Jersey Grown is going to be occupying the entire site. So we did apply to the city attorney and city council to have the designation on the city license modified. The license that they granted us previously designated only, I think it was unit 2A or 2B, just one of the units. We contacted the city, told them that we're now, that Jersey Grown now has a lease at the entire site. And so the city has modified the license, not in any substantive way, but just to say that now it's for 1404 Grand Avenue, which would include all three of the structures that are there. Under your code, in order for to be able to operate in the city, Class 1 cultivation license, we have to get conditional use approval from you. And this is what we did last time for the one building, now we're doing it for the entire site. There are two conditions that the city attorney and the city engineer agreed were required when we came before you before. And one of the requirements is that the applicant must have a valid Class 1 cultivator license from the state of New Jersey. We do have that, submitted that after the initial package was submitted to you. The expiration date on that is 3/12/26. So that is a valid license. And also we have the city license, which is valid until 12/31/25. So we meet that requirement, that we have the licenses from the state and the city. The second requirement is that the site where the operation is going to take place has to be in the industrial zone, which this is, 1401 Raymond Avenue, is part of your industrial district. So just like we demonstrated to you before, that we met the conditional use standards, once again, there's been no change in that at all, so we meet the conditional use standards for this application as well. As I mentioned, the site is fully developed. Again, it was approved in 2006. It has approximately 20 parking spaces. Each building has its own designated handicap space with the appropriate signage, which was a requirement of the 2006 approval. There is a designated area for both trash and recycling. With respect to the signage, the applicants would prefer not to advertise that they have a cannabis operation in the facility. So although there is a large freestanding sign out front, which was approved by site plan approval in 2006, the applicants don't have any plans on putting anything up there that would say we're growing marijuana. So the applicants would prefer not to have any kind of signage out there. That would suggest that. As part of the city license, they had to demonstrate that they had a security and safety detail plan. And that was approved by the city attorney and the city clerk. There's been no changes in that. The number of employees are still going to be 10. So the safety plan, the security plan that was approved by the city clerk and issued the license to the applicants remains the same. The only cited plan, and the applicant just mentioned this to me tonight, and so I'll bring this up to the board, is they would like to be able to have the opportunity to gate the driveway entrance off and to provide the city police department, ambulance department, and the fire department with a key so that those emergency services can have access to it. The gate would be set off of Bremen Avenue, so it would not interfere with the county right-of-way, and it would be a relatively minor addition to the property. So I guess what I'm hoping is that the board would find that the installation of a security gate like that doesn't trigger full site plan review because it's such a de minimis improvement to the site. So if the board is agreeable to that, we would ask the board to include that in the site plan waiver section of the resolution that Jersey Grown is asking for. Let's see. I think that's the essence of the application. If the board has any questions for me or for the applicants who are here to respond.
I got a question for professionals. Doesn't our zoning ordinance already allow this to happen in the industrial park?
It does, but there's conditions on that use specifically for that cannabis.
Correct.
So,
But if the conditions are met, why aren't they just dealing directly with a zoning official?
they had to confirm that the number of licenses weren't exceeded. It wasn't, it was just one. That they had a current cannabis license from the state of New Jersey. It was out of date in the original packet. You provide a more up-to-date one, and then it's in the IBD zone, or industrial business park.
I mean, we have to hear this, and I don't understand why it's even in front of us. So if they meet the requirements that we've already set forth in our zoning ordinance, and they presented all that to our zoning official, should that decision just been made at the zoning official level?
Do you mind if I jump?
Go ahead.
So every application before this board is new because they want to expand into those other warehouses that Tom just described. It's a new application. And because it's a conditional use within the zone, we have to hear, the board has to hear the conditions and approve them.
Even though we approved that condition?
Right.
I think it's an expansion of that approved
Exactly.
condition. So it was originally just in one unit.
I understand,
of six.
but we agreed as the board that that activity is permissible within the entire industrial park, so it's already approved to do that. Why are we hearing this?
We have to make sure that the conditions are, it sounds like they're not changing, except with the site plan with the gate, with the conditional use. But we have to make sure they're not expanding employees, expanding hours, all those things that would come in the original application.
Okay.
I agree with your view on this, Mr. Garth. Initially, the last time, we had discussions with the engineer and the city attorney about why do we have to come to you for a conditional use approval when we're obviously in the industrial zone and we obviously have the licenses. So why can't the zoning official, act on
That's why I'm confused.
something as simple as that?
Our resolution
Yeah.
set the conditions,
Yeah. But
it
the
set the
board-
requirements and the
board
location.
Yeah, the board attorney and the board engineer determined previously that we did have to come here. Technically, legally, the conditional use approval that we got was just for one building. This is an expansion of the conditional use, so unfortunately, we have to come back.
It still meets all the conditions.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So the original application, if they came before the board for all 6 units, 1A, 2A, 3B, all 6 of them, then we wouldn't be here today. But they came in front of this board to ask to use 1 unit, and they got previous approval for that single unit. Now they're expanding.
Still understand it, but I'm not going to hold up the meeting any further.
Well, Tom, originally they were applying, they said unit 2B, and
Yes.
and I'm looking at the structures, it was about 800 square feet.
Right.
So the license is up to 2,500 square feet.
That's correct.
So now if you look at the proposal, 2B is over here, and now they're gonna use the back building for a portion, and another portion, they can't exceed 2,500 square feet total. So that's what we're going over today, right?
That's right, they want to break it up into two buildings. They can't exceed, did I say 1,500 when I first spoke? I meant 2,500.
2,500.
2,500 is the amount of flowering canopy that are allowed. There is another license that can be approved, it's a second tier license, that goes up to 10,000 square feet. There is 15,000 square feet of building area here, so there may be an opportunity, if their business is successful, that they may want to come back to the board. You know, we would have to seek the same licenses and the same conditional use approvals and come before you if and when that would occur. But right at the present time, they cannot exceed the 2,500 square feet of flowering canopy.
I took a drive by there this afternoon, because I wanted to see where the existing unit was, the 2B unit. I couldn't tell from the road, I didn't want to drive down. But I was looking for additional security or safety stuff around that 2B, and everything looks identical. Like, should there be security or fencing or near that, or no?
Actually,
Unless there's something behind it, I really couldn't see. And I did notice, it looked like there was a gate that went across there. Is there an existing gate that was open? A big metal gate? I'm not sure.
Right
in the front of the building.
Yeah.
It's sworn in and you can answer George's question.
You raise your right hand. Do you swear everything tonight you offer will be the truth?
Yes.
And what's your name?
Constantine Saradunas.
Can you spell your last name?
CHARALIBIS.
E-I-S?
DIS.
D-I-S. Okay, go ahead.
George, could you repeat the question for?
Yeah, I just drove by there today. I didn't go down into the driveway, but I just visually, I was looking to see where Unit 2B, which you're already approved for, and it doesn't look anything different than the other three buildings. I don't see like security or fencing or barbed wire. I don't know what is permitted for safety. So I guess I was questioning, is that going to change with all three buildings now? And I thought there was a gate.
That's what we're asking for. is
There was-
actually
I'm sorry.
a gate. There is
Oh, there
a
wasn't there a gate? Maybe I
No,
was looking at
One
something
next
else.
door.
So we would like
The
to
next
have-
door.
Yeah. I think that's great for security. So is there any additional security around the back of that lot? Is it all fenced in?
It's fenced in around the side and the back, but not the front.
Okay, just around the 2B or the
The
additional?
whole property.
Okay, you can't really see because of the
I
road.
didn't see it. I drove by there too, and I
Yeah,
didn't
there's
see
a
it
fence
fenced
on-
in.
Yeah, you can't really see, and there's no blueprint or anything that we could look at, so that's my question there.
And that, of course, that was all part of the
The
site
original.
plan that the board approved in 2006.
Okay, that's my only questions.
My understanding is security is very lax. I mean, we had someone come here
Years
a
ago.
couple months ago and they put a greenhouse up. They want to put a greenhouse up in Grove. And then we got another guy on the other side of the industrial park that's going to build a building with 12-inch concrete walls. Does security really have anything to do with this?
I don't think the state would approve it if it didn't meet the
I mean,
requirements.
we have a security system, we have cameras.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, other than that, I mean, there's,
We don't have armed.
you don't
guards.
have to have gates or anything else, right? I mean,
Not really. I mean, the entire operation takes place inside.
Yeah.
The general public does not come to the site. There's no need for that, and they don't want that.
so putting the gate up is just an extra measure for you guys. It's just a.
Correct. And we also have solid metal doors in the building that we're using.
What's the height of the fencing?
It would be at least 8 feet.
Yeah, I think it would be a standard commercial or industrial type of gate. That would,
The one that's there now is about 8 feet, and it also has barbed wire on
It has barbed wire all the way around it?
it. Yes.
Gotta go up again.
you can, if the board is amenable
Where's the
to.
terrace? If you drive down the terrace, it's not very passable, but there is a fence back there.
If the board is amenable to granting the site plan waiver with the ability to put a gate in front, perhaps it would be appropriate if we provided your engineer with a detail of what the gate is going to look like. If it's in any way out of the ordinary, we would come back to the board to have the board review it. But it's going to be, it should be set back off of off of Bremen Avenue sufficient enough to where if there is an emergency, that a fire truck or a police car or ambulance can get off of Raymond Avenue and, park there. So we'll make sure that there's plenty of room. The buildings are set back a pretty good distance, so we would be able to do that. So it's not like the gate's going to be right up on the edge of Raymond Avenue.
Jack, I have something. As far as the gate, for the fire department's purposes, I believe your buildings already have Knox boxes on them, the lock box. On the fire department zone, we would request that one of those be mounted on the gate as well, with just a gate key in it. I know the two boat works have them now, this way, we don't want that key just floating around in the firehouse or in the fire truck. It'd be locked in that box, and we have a key to access the box. And it's recorded when we do it, this way, there's no problem.
Yes, we have to do it.
Do you plan on putting the gate like at the end of your driveway? Like before it meets the building? I mean, that way it would
At
give,
the bottom of the driveway.
yeah, that way there's plenty of room for a fire truck or anything to get off the road. Okay. I don't see that.
Excuse me, is the entrance the same exit?
Yes.
You go in,
You come out
same gate, you go
way.
in, you come out.
Yes.
Questions, from the board members? Further discussion?
Just Constantine, before you sit, what is your position with the LLC?
So, Rachel,
Come back to it.
frame a resolution for us.
We just have to open it up to the public.
Anyone from the public wish to be heard on this application? No public comment?
Can I get clarity, you're all looking for permission to do this in one additional building out of the three?
I'm sorry.
You're only asking for permission to do this in one additional building, not all three?
No, what we're asking the board to approve is a conditional use approval for the entire site, all three buildings.
Okay.
But with the understanding, if they want to break it up into the three buildings, but it can't exceed the 2,500
Okay.
flower count.
Under that license. If you change your license, it can.
Then we'd have to come back to you.
I didn't want you to have to come back a third time to do a third building, just do it all in one shot
It's
here.
all three, thank you.
I have one more question. All three buildings will be used for Jersey
Jersey Grove.
Grove. No one else is going to occupy any of the spaces that you have there? Because it doesn't seem like you're going to be occupying every single space there. There'll be room left over, which you said will probably be for storage. So no one else is going to go in there and do, or apply for do business there?
Now, if that occurred for some reason, we would have to come back to the board for a modification or approval, and, they would have to present, whatever kind of information the board would want to grant them the site plan waiver. But at this time, no, Jersey Grove's going to occupy.
In the application, you mentioned something about a breeze to it, like another business operating,
Yes,
correct?
that's, two ends. There's Breeze Electric.
It just feels like it's indirect.
Are they still in?
He's there, yes.
They were
He's in the
in.
process of leaving, but we're waiting on him. He's got a building that he's working on. He's on like just month to month there.
Already built.
He was there when you first.
Yeah, he's been there for years, yes.
I apologize, I forgot that they have that. There is one section that's occupied, but you said he wants to get out anyway, so.
Yes, he's got another building that he's working on.
So the section that is occupied has nothing to do with you?
No, that's an electric
Right.
business.
What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah, that was the one that was on the layout that I had. I apologize for not mentioning that. It looks to me, how many square feet do you think they have?
That's half of the one building, approximately 2,500 square feet.
Roughly, yeah.
More discussion, anyone?
Okay. Tony, did you want to add anything from the report?
Yeah. Could you just touch on the parking, number of employees, ADA, access?
Yeah, there's 20 spaces. Each building has their own individual handicap space. It's marked out, it's van accessible, and they have the appropriate signage for each one.
If just for the board, they based on the square footages of each building and the use, they needed 19 spaces. They testified that they need 20, so they comply.
Any questions based on Tony's report? Ryan's? All right, so a motion in the affirmative, like we usually do, would sound something like the board is moving to approve Jersey Grown's application for site plan waiver, including the gate at Raymond Avenue that Mr. Darcy and Mr. Chiralidis testified to, which would include, I don't know what you guys called it.
Knox box.
A Knox box, for city emergency personnel, and conditional use approval at the subject property.
Someone offer that motion?
I'll make that motion.
The second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Don.
While we do that, please, yes or no, and a reason. Thank you.
Mayor Gimpetti?
Yes, I think it's a good idea to expand.
Mr. Garth?
Yes, they're already there and continue to do so.
Mr. Peterson?
Yes. They've met all their conditions.
Mr. Walker?
Yes. Business is there, it's up and running, and everything seems to be going well.
Mr. McKenna?
Yes, for the same reasons everybody else said.
Mrs. Torres?
Yes.
Any reason?
Reason why? Reason why?
I said yes.
Reason why? Reason why?
Why? I said yes.
But why?
Do I have to say why?
You do,
No,
you do.
I think really we need all the development that we
Yes.
can in Egg Harbor City. So if it's gonna bring us revenue and maybe our taxes will go down eventually, I'm all for it.
Good one.
Mr. Molyneux?
I'm a good public speaker.
Mr. Frick?
Yes, and they're just expanding on the additional space, and I see no issues.
Thank you.
Members, thank you.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jack, I have a question, not relating to that, but how many licenses are permitted out there in industrial use? Is there a limit or not?
No,
Okay.
there's a limit on retail too, that's it.
Until I knew that. I know, like you said, a few months ago, we had someone else come in that's looking to develop.
Retail.
Okay. Just
And
to know that.
the gentleman that was here several months ago is putting up a building.
Yeah, I drove by today.
It's
clearing it out.
Yeah, yeah, the materials and everything were laying on the
You're
ground.
paying $16,000 a month. Right.
Okay, this is a discussion of ordinance 18, 2025.
That's a lot of money.
Master plan consistency for the redevelopment plan related to block 1001, lot 11, landfill on Antwerp Avenue. Tony, I'll let you take the lead on this.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm filling in for Ashton. I spoke with him earlier, so I will try to review his letter as appropriately as possible. So the report on the master plan consistency letter dated August 13th, we go through the current master plan that's adopted and reviewed every 10 years, and what is underlined and outlined on each page is directly from, in bullet points, the master plan, specifically as it relates to this site and a landfill and putting solar on top of that. The italics is RVE's interpretation of why that is consistent with each of these bullet points. And the master plan consistency letter is in relation to the ordinance that you have in front of you today. And as an exhibit to that ordinance is the actual redevelopment plan itself, which hasn't been adopted. That's what the resolution, I guess 2025 dash, whatever that number is going to be, would recommend to the council to adopt this ordinance stating that the redevelopment plan as it relates to capping the landfill and installing community solar on it is consistent with the master plan. The redevelopment plan itself is designed for future standards and outlines specifically for that one block and lot the standards necessary to cap and construct, again, a community solar on top of that landfill. That would be the only permitted use outlined in this redevelopment plan. If anybody wanted to do anything else on there, you guys aren't giving them approval to build anything else. It is just to cap and put solar on top of that landfill. So again, that resolution, whatever that number is going to be, would send this for adoption to the council for their first review, I believe at the September 11th meeting. If you have any questions on the redevelopment plan specifically, I can review this. I work with Ashton and Ryan on putting this together. I think if you jump to, there's no pages on here. Do you have a copy of the redevelopment plan?
Yeah.
Is everybody? On page 6, it just states definitions of what the solar photovoltaic facility would be. Again, the permitted principal uses based on this redevelopment plan for that lot. And then I think I just wanted to touch on the bulk regulations themselves because if you had any questions or recommendations, now would be the time to kind of massage any of these bulk standards. So if you had any questions, I could just go through them very briefly.
I had a question, Tony. So the ground, when I was looking at it, it says 9.82 acres, is that approximately right?
The size of the one lot.
Yeah. Now, is that land currently owned by the city of Egg Harbor?
Yes, I believe so.
So would it be community solar, so that would be the use of the city, we're not looking to sell that land off?
I don't know if they're looking to either sell it or lease it.
Okay.
But the developer would be responsible to cap the landfill and then install the solar.
Do you have a map of where this would be about?
They haven't provided any concept maps, to my knowledge, to the state.
Todd, I drove past there today, and according to my tax records that I printed them out, it's right next to Eurosports.
Yeah.
So that's Grant and
Yeah.
In deeper.
Antwerp.
It's where the dump, the old dump.
On the other side of
Yeah.
Antwerp Avenue.
It stops right there, yeah. And it's interesting, because if anyone drove past there, Eurosports is totally torn down.
Well, they deflated the
Deflated.
building and they're working on the other building.
Yeah, but that's, yes, it would be on that side of Grant,
West of
or
the,
Grant and Antwerp, right?
Yep.
Assuming.
Yeah.
Right in that
That's- Yeah, Eurosports is right there, Grant and Antwerp, that side. It's just, again, it's just ground, it's just
it's on the other side of the retention
wetlands,
pond.
yeah. Which would probably the, I think best use for it, right? It's-
Yeah, well, we got a Brownsfield we got it certified as a Brownfield designated area. So we're in the process of getting a study done and then making it some usable
Not much you can
facility.
do with
That's
it.
all really you
There
can
isn't.
do with it, so.
So out of those 102 acres, how much are they planning on developing?
It depends on what kind of array I don't know what size array they're gonna have there.
So the bulk regulations state that there'll be a 50-foot buffer around the lot line. That's where the solar could start if they wanted to fill it completely. The maximum ground solar height for the ground-mounted solar arrays would be up to 12 feet. The maximum accessory structure height for, any inverters or transformers or whatever they need couldn't exceed 25 feet. And then the maximum accessory structure setback would be 25 feet, so that could be a little closer to the side, hopefully to interconnect, make that easier for Atlantic City Electric. And then the maximum lot coverage would be 75%, but solar arrays have a gap in between each of them for shading purposes, so that 75%, it would probably not exceed that.
And the power would be used for public areas.
It's a community solar where you can purchase it at a cheaper rate than from the electric company or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So you could sign up for the community solar and pay, 15 cents a kilowatt hour, or 12 cents or whatever it is,
Right.
as opposed to
And who's
having
gonna
an
have those
escalator,
solar things?
whatever,
You
Atlantic City
know,
Electric,
I
could be
think-
20 cents, 30 cents
I'll
in the
have to
next,
look at it.
5 or 10 years.
I think they-
And this would go out to bid, or the city would own this?
No, that we have someone who is actually doing the study. We have a redeveloper. But in order to get things going, we need the redevelopment plan. So That's what this is all
The
about.
redevelopment plan is to public opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is long-term, it's first it has to be.
Yeah. And there was talk that the structure that he's, and the property will be taxable, but I couldn't swear to that, but I did hear that in a discussion at one point in time. So even though, say if we don't own it, there's a possibility we could collect taxes on the property.
So is the city going to sell the property to the redeveloper? Is the redeveloper going to purchase the property?
No, I think they're gonna lease it, actually, but we're not really in that discussion yet, because we have to have a meeting in the fall, and we also have to appoint him to do the study. And it's no cost to the city. Usually brownfields requires a 25% match, and the redeveloper is covering that, so we don't have to pay anything. So,
And whatever is put there as far as the solar will benefit the.
residents.
The residents of
Yes.
Egg Harbor City.
Yes, it will.
Did the city send something out about that maybe months ago?
Yeah, we had that for a while. It's been
Yes.
out for a
Okay, I
while.
remember
It's just we're
reading it,
trying to get
yes.
it going because we have to be finished the project, I believe, by the end of 2026. So we have to expedite the process because the money's probably going to disappear that we're used getting to fund this, so. But because we have this designation, we're eligible for millions of dollars a year to clean up the landfill and close it.
Well, I don't think they're going to clean it. I think they're just going to cap it.
Cap it, I'm not, that's, I don't know what they're going to do, but.
You never clean it up. Well, I mean, you could, but it would be billions of dollars to dig all that stuff up and
Yeah.
give everybody their trash back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, then, and Rachel, what's the next step for us to offer a resolution in support of?
Recommending adoption of the ordinance related to the development of the site with community solar array, which would kick it to the council at their next meeting, so that they can stay on track, because they're on a tight timeline.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
First, do we need to ask anyone from the public wish to comment? None?
22% discount on your electric bill.
So we have a motion by Mr. Walker, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Chimpetti?
Yes.
Mr. Timber? Mr. Garth? Mr. Garth?
No. I'm just confused with what really is being presented. There's no documentation, there's no proposed masters, so, no.
Okay. Mr. Peterson?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. McKenna?
Yes.
Mrs. Torres?
Yes.
Mr. Molyneux?
Yes.
And Mr. Frick?
Yes.
Can I get just a reason for the resolution from anyone? For the approval?
Good use for useless land.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'll type it just like that. Good.
Okay, any old business? Council report?
We did today was a deadline for the RFQs for the Egg Harbor City North, which I think we have, do we have that in front of us here too? Yeah, Egg Harbor City North redevelopment. I think you got a copy of this tonight. And so we got 3 RFQs in, so we're going to be looking at that to build out Egg Harbor City North. And I think that's it. We had a successful food truck event, successful Lake Olympics, successful, what the heck else do we have that, there's like, so, oh, the opening of Archway Green. And upcoming will be the dedication of the memorial for the First Responder Park, which is, if you don't know, is next to the Firehouse Pub. So the monument came in today, and we'll have some sort of service soon unveiling the monument. And I don't know if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you, but
Any public comment?
when that, since you said something, I have to write it down. Can I have your name? Nanettete, and your last name?
Galvin.
Like the town?
Yeah.
Perfect, all right, thank you.
Any other questions, comments from the board?
Is the tracking facility up and running right now? Is there a grow facility?
No,
Okay.
They did their building permits, but then the licensing, we don't take care of that.
Okay.
and
And I know the building's been pretty much done for a long time.
there's apparently still building boats, like 6 a year, but that's it.
Yeah, but the other side of the
No.
building, he already built that out.
Yeah.
It's been done for,
Well, we made him jump through a few hoops, so he should be on his way to do it, but you know how that goes, right?
I mean, I was in there 8 months ago and I figured he's almost done. So that's why I was curious if they were actually growing.
Well, they finished all their permits, so I don't know what
Now they're just waiting on the state for their license.
licensing.
Probably. So I do have a question because Gladys brought it up to me, and I'll let her explain it, but apparently at the Pembroke building, there's some sort of business operating out of there, and we really aren't sure what it is. Do you want to?
Now, I drove through there, and I'm an opportunist. I always look to see if anybody has anything free they want to donate, so I can donate further. Anyway, it was on a Sunday, and the doors were open. It was really hot that day. And I called out and called out. I took some pictures, and the place is full of boxes. And I saw a giant robot there also. And then there was a man came out, was in the back where the trucks back up. And I questioned him. I says, "Where's the owner? Can I speak to him? I want to know what's going on here. I'm interested." And he said, no. He seemed to be Oriental, so he did not speak English at all. But 2 days ago, I went by there again, and again, it's like the weekend, and there was a big tractor trailer filling up. They were unloading from the old Pembroke into the big tractor trailer. And I asked Lisa, I said, "What's going on? What are they doing in there?" We should know if there's anything.
We'll have to check it out. I'll
Right.
send somebody over tomorrow.
I do believe that's a huge building.
Huge, right?
And the owner lives up in Tom's River, and he's asked my company to rent out 2 portions of it. He did rent one out, and they came and got a permit, and I forget who's in there. The other portion is not rented out because needs a lot of repair. But the third building, from what I understand, has been there, a gentleman's been there for a very long period, and I think he's a distributor for Amazon. Because I walked in there myself to tour it, and there's boxes floor to ceiling. I think they deliver it there, and then I think he has a company that is delivering it out.
Last mile.
Is that what it is? That's what I understand. So I don't know when he moved in or when he's moving out, but I was through the building, and it is all Amazon products, boxes and everything, from what I know.
I know there was some kind of shipping business
Yeah,
in there.
I believe that's what it
Someone
is.
passed away, so I don't know if
Yeah, I'm not sure.
there was a woman that passed away or something that was
Yeah.
part of that.
If you want to call my office and speak to Jack that works in my office, he handles it. We can probably get you in contact with the owner of the building, just to make sure that there's a CO on there. But he had rented it out prior to us getting involved.
Okay.
That helps.
If there's no other comments, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Adjourn. Thank you.
Here you go, Don.